This Townhome Spec Inspections giving you an inspection here at 428 91st Circle here. Getting started though. Let's see what time it is here. About a little bit after 2:30 here, 2:32 or so. This is an ASHI inspection. ASHI is the American Society of Home Inspectors. A copy of ASHI Standards of Practice is given with the home inspection contract and is the contract. What we're looking for here, hopefully there aren't any. We're looking for any major electromechanical structural problems that may dissuade a buyer from buying the property. Big stuff. The inspection is similar to hiring an electrician, a plumber, a furnace guy, and a structural engineer all in one. Find issues with those 4 different systems or trades. Then we have the electrician, the plumber, the furnace guy, the structural engineer come out to further evaluate. The reason for that is there's different ways of fixing the same problem. Different methods, costs, materials, and opinions on how to fix the same problem, especially in structural stuff. So if we find those issues, then you need to further evaluate it with whatever professional it may be in that trade. Okay, generally we don't have to do that. Generally you don't have major issues. I'm going to start on the roof and work my way down. Okay, these are asphalt fiberglass architectural shingles here. We don't know quite yet who's supposed to be responsible for the shingles. HOA or the townhome owners. Okay, you need to find that out. You need to find out what the governing documents say as far as HOA responsibilities are. Okay, as far as the whole outside, the exterior maintenance and all that. There's your shingles on here. That's pretty much frowned on. They've even been able to put 2 layers of shingles on for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so. It's illegal. So depending on when they put them on. And even if they were legal, the life of the shingles is shortened quite a bit by doing it like this. They don't lay as flat, build up a lot of heat, they just don't last as long. You don't have the same warranty on them. Lifting flashings over there, that's pretty significant. That should be tapped back down. That also goes back to having 2 layers of shingles. It's hard to get the nails all the way through there, and that's what happens. So why do you care? You get driving rain up underneath there and it can leak. And you have some popping nails there, lifting up the shingles. Okay. These shingles are starting to fissure a little bit, as you can see. You might even have some mild hail damage on here. I'd probably get a roofer up here to take a look at the roof. It's done. See a lifting shingle, the flashings there too. Okay. The other problem is you're going to take all that cascading of water from there because you don't have a gutter there. It's going to drip on here, wear your shingles out, and overflow these lower gutters. Recommend you put a gutter up there. In order to fix your driveway, you need to bust it up and start over again, okay? The real issue is if you see that downspout right there, going underneath here, there's no daylight in for it, so that's probably it's broken, and that's what caused that to settle, okay? So you need to have the end of this. You actually have Schedule 40 real plumbing pipe come out here with a daylighted end, okay? So that's probably what's causing the issue. This is a report here. It's not really done right. All your slabs are kind of moving and heaving. So anyway, the good news is that this doesn't have a darn thing to do with the house. It is a curb appeal issue though. You got another underground extension here, ribbed. Should be Schedule 40, no daylight. And these steps here are all a trip hazard. They're not the right height. And they're all differing heights too. And what happens when you do this, you start walking on it and you get used to this cadence, and then the one's higher than the other one, and then you trip. Okay, you might want to check the permits on this deck. This ledger board has to be removed. The siding has to be removed to properly attach the ledger board. Then you have to have the right size lag bolts in there. Probably every one of these spaces need at least 1 to 2. That's all engineered stuff. Then you need to flash the top of the ledger board, okay? And you can see how it's been moving here. These joists are quite a bit off. They're moving this way. And it looks like these caissons have moved. Do you see this caisson here? Yeah, it's moved in. It's not plumbed up because it's probably not deep enough and not wide enough. They have to go down 36 inches. See how this one's going in? See it? They may be sliding down the hill too. So these caissons or sonic tubes should go 36 inches below grade, and this is all should be permitted. And then you can see how much these 6x6 posts are not even close to being plumb. I think they're moving this way. And then we can't leave the deck alone. They notched that board too, restricting the size of it. So they notched it right there so it doesn't have the proper load-bearing surface. You're not supposed to use nail or screws. You're supposed to use nails. Nail started this down spout here. I don't know where it ends at. Underground extension. I don't know where it ends at. Okay, so we found the end for your sump pit. Drain anyway over there. Yeah, I don't like these handrails either. Got a big gap here. You probably can do that. They're pretty secure. But I can get the deck to move laterally. See it? See the plant going back? So this thing is improperly supported, and I don't like these handrails either. Okay, you don't have a tip over device for your stove here. Supposed to have one. Okay, here's the garage. I don't see anything going on bad here, so that's kind of good. Pretty good stuff. Now those shelves are put on after the fact, and who knows how much weight they support. But anyway, got a lot of stuff on there. It's best to have your washer on a pan, drip overflow pan. So if this leaks, it's going to leak and ruin your first floor here. So they put pans underneath here with drains in case they leak. Got a overflow pan, and these washer hoses should be changed out to stainless steel mesh ones if you want. These little rubber ones break right there and they flood your house also. This is just a suggestion, it's not anything wrong. So I can't get up on that top deck in this heat without damaging a second story shingle, so I use these binoculars, and then need a roofer up in here. Anyway, you can see the lifting shingles there. See them lifting up there? Yeah, that's because he got 2 layers of shingle that's lifting up, all that. So at worst, or at best I guess, you need a roofer out here and see if the insurance company will insure the roof. A little bit of your synthetic stone kind of breaking away there. It could be because of this underground downspout leaking underneath there. Okay, we're up here in the attic. First thing we look for is any kind of water stains. Not really picking up too much. Maybe you have a little bit of water stain there, I'm guessing. Yeah, it is. That's usually from improper flashing. Yeah, there's some other water stains there between the units here. Other than that, it's really hot up here. I think you need more ventilation. More ventilation, keep your house a lot cooler. Reduce your cooling costs. I think you need some. I don't see any vents on the top up there. You just have a vent over there, and that's it. It's really hot up here. So the heat and the potential leak in between the units there, water stains. We have ventilation in here on this office. Now, I didn't see any baffles to keep the insulation off of them. This little access hole was cut because this outside frost-free spigot froze, and it will freeze again. So what you have to do is make sure you get heat in here. So instead of putting that back, I'd put the louvered, you know, pretty little louvered one just like that on there. You let the heat in there, boom, problem solved. Anyway, this is full of water down here, and I don't think it works. Even if it does work, it's not working right because it has to do it. It has to exhaust the water, evacuate, or what is it? Drain the water, pump the water out. That's the word, before it reaches those peripheral drain pipes. Yep. And then I recommend with a finished basement, even though it's way down there, to put a water alarm on here for like $3 freaking. The electrical cord too doesn't look like it should be plumb. That's what that outlet's for. Actually, probably that one. Mm-hmm. For the receptacle to plug in, it looks like they hardwired it in behind the wall, or it's not plugged in at all. That may be why it's not working. Yeah. Okay, so you need to resolder. This is your main water pipe. This is your main shutoff. I don't like these. A ball valve is a lot better, but it is what it is. But that needs to be fixed, okay? This expansion tank that is supposed to be put in is probably supposed to be strapped. Let's do a foot rise before you do an elbow on this pretty much brand new hot water heater. There you go again. This is supposed to have a permit on it too. You need to put a sideways filter in here a lot bigger. The furnace is plenty dirty. I don't know if it's ever been clean. It's really dirty back there. You need to at least have it cleaned and serviced, and then we'll fire it up and check it for all the bad boy stuff here in a minute. CO and carbon monoxide leaks and all that here. we'll figure it out, make sure it works. Okay, we got the furnace up and running, although it's like 86 degrees upstairs. We'll check it for monoxide here a little bit. The expected life of furnaces is 20 years, so this thing's already 20 years old. So if you put an AC in here, I'd probably recommend just putting a new furnace in too. Okay, so we're checking for monoxide. You see it's 0, so that's good. So we're good to go. So I checked for building permits on the finished basement and certainly the deck. Call Thornton Building Department up and they'll tell you. It's pretty much the conclusion at 428 here. 91st Circle, I believe. Townhome. That's it.